Fatal car accidents are up 14% in 2015, and that jump is surprising many, including car insurers. Berkshire Hathaway CEO Warren Buffett points to one dangerous activity, texting while driving, as a major contributor to the rise in car crashes. Anupreeta follows Warren Buffett for the Wall Street Journal, and she joins us now. Anupreeta, these are obviously troubling figures, not just for insurance companies, but for drivers. Is it really texting at the root of this jump?
I think texting has to account for a large part of it. You've had drunk driving laws in place. There's been tough enforcement of that for decades. It's held consistent at about 30% of all traffic fatalities for decades. But the increase, people are driving more this year because the economy has recovered, the unemployment rate is down, gas prices are low. So a lot more people are using their cars. They're on the roads much longer. So that necessarily means that, the chance of people getting into accidents is higher. But, I was talking to Warren Buffett, and the one thing he said was that there's been a 3.5% increase in the mileage this year for the first 6 months. Compared to that, there's a 14% jump in accidents. So he thinks that distracted driving has to explain that much bigger jump in fatalities.
And remind us why he is getting involved.
Well, because Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway owns Geico, which is the country's second largest car insurer. And Geico has been seeing, the number of claims by customers, the severity of claims by customers going up this year, and they've been raising premiums as a result.
And he has said we've seen cars getting better, so therefore the drivers must be getting worse.
Exactly, because it's actually what's interesting is that car-related deaths had been dropping in the past decade because cars have been getting safer and there are more newer cars on the road. So there are airbags, safety, anti-flip systems, things like that. So cars have been getting safer. We did a story about this last year. So this actually reverses that trend. So you can't really account for it except, and it's not just texting. People are bringing in all kinds of devices, mobile devices, iPads, things like that. They're checking their email, they're playing games, they're waiting on the highway for if there's a traffic, pileup or anything like that. So they're just generally more distracted.
So is this the new drunk driving? I mean, should this be treated the same way? Drunk driving, like as you mentioned earlier, has been essentially attacked, and it's been a successful movement. Right. We need to now move that to texting and to iPad.
We need a Ralph Nader for texting, right?
Maybe it will be Warren Buffett.
It'll be Warren Buffett. He'll be talking against his book because Geico benefits ultimately from premiums going up. Sure. But I think, it's the enforcement. A lot of people who observe these bits of data say that the enforcement varies from state to state. There are some states that ban certain types of handheld versus, so the laws are not very clear. And I think the penalties are not as stiff as for a drunk driving. So I think those are necessary steps, definitely, that have to be taken.
And certainly these are startling figures that are giving us all pause.
Yes.
Anyone who gets in a car.
Absolutely.
Anupreeta, thank you so much for that.
Thank you.